Limbus Company. Hi! Anyways. Hi everyone! We're back with Limbus Company. The black screen issues it makes so much problems. But hopefully soon I get to fix it somehow. I might end up just wiping my whole PC if it comes to it. But the last of Limbus Company, we noticed the jump. No, but we finished the dungeon with the not so lordish lord being defeated by surviving until Honglu gets to shout out his goddamn real answer. And then the new hero got crowned, he celebrated EP and everything, and Jumpscare was someone the sinners thought it would be funny until Honglu's brain fart disappeared. Yeah. But yeah. Without further ado, we are on part 3. Let's get right into the hierarchy of Hong Yuan. Random cult. Hereby you give me your answer. Let flourish from my back the pinions of light. Is this a new Canto or what is happening? To chase the parting blossoms, a wilting voyage, a sky-high light. It suffices. Where at the edge of heaven does it lie? This flower mound? I bury you today, where you have passed on. But when will I be buried when I am gone? It suffices. It surfaces, it suffices. I bury the petals under people's mocking laughter. I wanted to check if you wrote it correctly, but you pressed it too early. Yeah. Relatively. But who shall be burying me then? In the thereafter? Dante from the Devil May Cry. No, wait. No one will cry at my burial mound. No, we have Sinclair. For as morning springs die, and blossoms wilt. Now Dante from the Devil May Cry series pulls him out of the grave. They all float away and turn to silt. Alright, boys and girls, grab your cups, on my mark. Long may Chichen reign, the family hero. Long may she reign. That's Rodion's cup of tea. Once all the guests had taken their seats, the banquet hall became packed, crowded, and chaotic. Except for where we were sitting. Long may she reign. Come on, guys, really? No one joined in on that cheer? We gotta celebrate the occasion. Stuff ourselves with gourmet food, play games, get wasted. How else are we gonna recharge for the next mission? Yet, I have. Alright. I wonder if Sada's written something to congratulate us. Hey, did anyone send us a letter or something? We haven't received any notes. I don't know the letter. Rude. We are that team that came in second, you know. Walter grumbled. I wasn't sure whether it was this poor servant or the oddly sighted Sauder she was calling rude. Are you hurt? Any scratches? No, I'm unhurt. Technically you died once. I was so anxious throughout the evaluation. It's what errant fancy has taken hold of you to risk yourself in such a dangerous ordeal. So, how did you get to the banquet hall? The wishes to hear our tale then? Forsooth were I to bestow a title upon this adventure, I would call it in which Limbus Company claimeth a most glorious honor of attaining the ranking of the runner-up in a contest of might and wit. Now worry thee not, for this day shall consume overmuch of thy time to recount a few highlights of this adventure. One may call attention to the merciless march of wards closing in. Merely some might even recall the interminable onslaught of rival candidates. Yet these trifling have all failed to smite us down, for we are. Seems that she has misunderstood my question. My intent was to ask by which means of travel do you have come here? I took a palanquin, mother. You see, then I suppose you're yet to have visited the revered Xianren. Shouldn't you pay your visits to them first? Don't you think? They must be so anxiously waiting for you to hear about you. Yes, I visit them soon. Honglu, the actual true 13 Haitian. No, I don't believe they are exactly waiting to hear about me. So, you've come back safely. Are you? You're okay. Yes, I've got much better. As luck would have it, the injury was not so severe as to require using the life insurance. So, what are the circumstances that led to you sitting here? If thou wishes to hear the tale in which, we were carried by a palanquin. Come again? Don Quixote? I think she's actually asking us how we managed to come in second place. Verily? Yes, that is indeed my question. Please tell me what has transpired during the game, if you wouldn't mind. Then... yeah, feel free to get the ball running. And I shall do as thou askest. Ere embarking upon this tale, one must first explore how we were made to convince in the fated chamber along with E.G.O and Yuan that this courteous cur thereafter. Thank you. So I know you love her so much. The dialogue's complete. E.G.O all of a sudden departed the chamber, taking his entire retinue alongside him. A most puzzling decision, wouldst thou not say? I quit screaming every bloody sentence in my ear. Thus, at the climactic finale, we were the only ones left in that room. And along with over 100 coins that E.G.O had left behind. He and Giovanni both suddenly elected to forfeit from the game. Well, what now? At a strange turn of events, we all stood around caused and dumbfounded. Even Ishmael was stuttering, just as confounded and lost as anyone else about what happened. That reminds me, there's actually one thing I wanted to do. while playing Limbus Company in the background while everything. Let's see how long that word list goes. So, aiming these coins is going to shut us up to the top of the leaderboard, right? But why? Why did he dump all these coins on us? As you know, this is the 5th time you've asked that exact same question, yeah? I don't have a clue either, but a GQ really is hard to read. I see that your expression has grown a touch brighter, Honglu. Has it? Perhaps something has been unshackled from within. I just didn't think I'd ever say anything like that. It's kindness. To be kind is to care about one another, to embrace those who suffer. We really got a flashback in a flashback here, because we didn't listen to the first to the part of the first flashback. Is to cry alongside the grieving friend. It is to join in laughter when they are elated with joy. It needs the warmth of kindness and gentleness. The words flow like a winding river. It wishes to bring all of existence into its gentle embrace. I thought I had already let all of it flow past me a long time ago. Young Lou's expression had changed, as his Yi-Sang observed. There was a degree of surprise shown towards something new, but it was also the smile of someone whose burden had suddenly been lifted. Never my wildest dreams did I imagine that we did find ourselves enough coins to come in second place, let alone first. Hey, that reminds me. At the moment, I'm pretty sure we all were thinking this of the same person. Wait, there's someone out there who's still trying her damnedest to become the family hero. And she still hasn't given up. Holy crap! I almost got pancaked! You're right, my lady. The heck are you guys doing here? We've been looking for you. What? Somebody translate, please! Why is everyone giving me that funny look? Everyone with the alias smile, including Dante. Sometime later. Just giving me all these coins? It is. We are cool now, right? No hard feelings. Pigeon and Wei could appear more serious if they tried, despite Rodia's charming attempts at breaking the ice. Rodion trying to break ice. What the hell is this? Is this our way of showing is this your way of showing pity? What kind of... Here's what I think happened, Chichun. But Akio isn't trying to seat me as the next hero by giving me all these coins. I believe he gave them to me because he is anticipating that I'd put them into good use. So no, this isn't pity. I just feel like they'd find more use in your hands than in mine. Don't you dare presume that this will suddenly make us even? You owe me much more than this, brother. You owe me time. My lady expresses her nigh unutterably fathomless gratitude. Normally, Chishan would get irritated whenever Wei butted in, but she appeared to have grown calmer, much calmer. Okay, so how about we go to school? Instead of lashing out with the usual exasperation, she only stared at the tall pile of coins with a quiet but conflicted look. Funny. Now that I'm looking at these piles of coins, it feels like I'm looking at all the rooms of Dagwan Yuan. I used to hate that sight so much as a kid. But I eventually grew out of that feeling. Stopped minding that scenery. I guess that's when I decided to leave Dagwan Yuan too. Family Hirak, huh? Can I really be a good Hirak of Hong Yuan? Yes, you can. There you go again. For once, think before you speak. Time to get up, Chichin. The family Hirak evaluation will end soon. How are you doing, Heathcliff? Giving the camera the finger. What are they gonna do? Disqualify me? Game's over, you twits! With eyes shut, with my mind focused sharply upon that image, the vision cometh to me. There cometh the roaring applause. There's no audience, no applause, no dramatic stage lights to celebrate our success, but we still managed to neatly and comfortably secure both first and second place nonetheless. Which means that we managed to successfully complete our objective here at Family Hero Noir. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. E.G.O, who took the reins of Don Quixote's epic retelling after she left mid-explanation to share her adventurous tales with the servants, finished the story. I see, so it was E.G.O. I'm still having some trouble understanding the choice he made, but he just did give it all away. Perhaps the part of E.G.O.'s past we witnessed, the life we lived beyond the hedges of Dagwan Yuan, of which we do not know, have created this schism of understanding between us. The same kind of separation responsible for my misunderstanding. I initially thought he was just some dangerous guy with a lot of hatred in him, but there's definitely something else going on under the surface. It doesn't seem like he's here only to take revenge against Dagwan Yuan either. But I doubt he never considered vengeance. I'm sure he's killed those who took his family away from him again and again in his head. Maybe he still hasn't let go of it completely. It must take a lot of effort to keep all of that simmering resentment under the surface. Nicola muttered in a placid yet almost imperceptibly trembling voice. Yeah, I've got no clue what's going on in that bloke's mind, but he didn't seem like the type to give up so easily. I agree. We should continue to stay vigilant of his presence. Well, anywho, what really matters is that Chichen's gonna be the next hero. And not only that, we came in second in the contest. Mission accomplished, huh? It appeared to me that Rodia was already in a post-mission mode, as though the golden bow was already in our hands. So, I'm just saying, just in case you think we are already out of the woods, we should probably cool it with these early celebrations until we actually accomplish the mission. No way. They wouldn't boldly lie to our faces like that, would they? And that's when Rodion jinxed it. I feel like I just jinxed it. We're really down to the wire this time, to be fair. And I'm not talking about just us, Chichin too. That's why they say it ain't over till it's over, lad. I think this is a prime opportunity for you to head over to those previous swords from earlier. Now's your chance to really take the piss out of him. I don't think that's necessary. But every candidate we ran into during the E.G.O war was here. And those who were present were either quietly glaring down at the tables or pulling their hair out and muttering to themselves. Anyways, teacher, congrats, you big shot family E.G.O, you! You know what it's over? Is that a JSNB reference? Yeah, it is! How does it feel to achieve your lifelong dream? What's the first thing you want to do, I immediately clocked to you as a special honor when I saw you back at La Mancha Land. We ran half-bad as partners, huh? That way, not be excluded from this round of acknowledgements, as he has contributed much in the service of Miss Chichun as well. Your unwavering determination was most inspiring. Alright, never give up. Never gonna give up. Oh, I see things through to the end. Verily, verily! Thy sentiment rings most true. Thou shall the tale of young Chichun and Limbus Company with the rest of the city shall lie, so that every soul may one day learn of our adventure most stupendous, our adventure most ingenious. I shall personally see to it that every single citizen hears of it. There's left to be every soul, you know. Well, I can't help but feel a smidge of pride after all that we have been through together. So, well, congrats. Even E.G.O joined in on, into impart a sheepish congrats. But, guys, she's just not here. What is? It seems standard. In the excitement, they all failed to realize that Chichun herself was nowhere to be seen. She was left for the Chicken Temple, Iron Threshold. They have ascension to the E.G.O room confirmed by the elders. I say, thanks. Also, would you mind telling us stuff like that sooner? Oh, hold on. I know that bloke. He flipped rolled up his sleeve before striding full speed towards someone. Oh, you did! You had anything clever to say to our faces now, smart? Yeah, smart guy. Nice to meet you again. And kudos for getting what you came here for. Is that what you wanted to hear? For all your boasting about knowing who deserves how many coins and whatnot. Look at us now! Guess who came first? Well, my coins have circulated from hand to hand and landed in the hands of the one who truly deserves them. Which clearly wasn't you guys, given that your team's just a runner-up. You little... Let me tell you something as my final token of appreciation. Some clouds are gathering, and it'll be making landfall soon enough. What's that supposed to mean? Try to enjoy the party while you can. In no time, you'll find out what everyone's been hiding in their hands. This concerning reply put a pause in our celebrations. We then slowly observed and took in our surroundings. People were talking, negotiating in serious, hushed voices. Some were constantly and anxiously running their hands through their hair. We also noticed some servants running to whisper certain messages to their master, who in turn jumped to their feet before hurriedly leaving the banquet. Looks like we're the only group of people who are even remotely enjoying anything. Sure, it's a banquet, but Chichun, our hero girl, isn't even here. Everyone's acting all shifty and suspicious. This party sucks! Hold your wine, love. As she chewed on a shrimp with just as much gusto. I must express my regrets for this state of affairs. I apologize as though she somehow felt responsible for this. Well, I do have some minor tricks of my own that could entertain you. learned a lot of things as a child. Light dance being one of them. Ooh, for real? Let's see, let's see! Hey, what the hell? We're here as guests, remember? Don't be a jerk. I use great, yes. Hey, you. So, question mark. So, who is it now? Okay, it would have been really weird if the next one was like was a story battle stage. That would have been like a wait, what moment? Momentary power vacuum. That doesn't sound nice at all. It was true Boajay who approached us so carefully. I'm really glad you're safe and congrats on making it as a runner-up. The demeanor had completely shifted. Her chipper attitude nowhere to be seen. Now she's more anxious than anything as her eyes darted around nervously. But I hadn't known her for too long, but I knew that this wasn't like her. I know I'm not supposed to tell you this, Mother really pressured me to keep these things a secret, but I couldn't just keep quiet about this, not with you. Okay, Pixis Bachi. What is it? It's, Her eyes glanced down to her restlessly fidgeting feet, then to Dahlia, then back to her feet. It was a while before she could look at Honglu in his eyes again. Are you, you know, like Mother and Jiamu said? Really going to come back to Dagwanyan? Become engaged to me? Her eyes dart away as hastily as she wraps up her sentence. Something tells me that this wasn't what she was really trying to tell Honglu. There was something that was left unsaid, like she made a last-second swerve from what she really, what she was really about to say. Yes, if that's what everyone wants. Oh, there's no hesitation or fear of regret in Honglu's reply. To be with you. It's almost like you're back here for good. It's so pretty, isn't it? Yes, it is. Remember? Remember when you told me that I smelled fragrant by you? You know, I couldn't stop repeating that to myself once I returned to my room. Back then, I was made sure to shower myself with the most expensive perfumes and fragrances of Hong Yuan. Except that day, I didn't have the time to put on any of it, so I was in a hurry to return to my chamber, to the place where hundreds of bottles of rare luxurious perfumes were waiting to shower me with the fragrances. And that's when I ran into you. My mother, she sent assassins to kill you, didn't she? Why didn't you say anything when you saw me? This is oh shame. Many people have tried to hurt me, tried to lure me into a trap. So our lovely drunkard assassin was sent by her mother. I could have asked them why. They did say or do something like that. Oh, why did it hurt me? So, but even if I did, they wouldn't have told me why. And they wouldn't have treated me any differently than I asked. So I don't bother asking. So I'm just another one of them to you. Actually, this isn't what I'm here to talk about. Roger smiled again. It was a forced, awkward smile. You're the runner-up, right? The results are now locked in. So, now might be a good time for you to leave Dakwanyan. No, you have to leave. Right now. I don't know what it is that you're looking to find in Dagwan Yuan's treasury, but you can just send someone from your clan to pick that up later, right? Miss Marjorie, what is the meaning of this? What is something about to happen here? I've got to go now. Wondering really is what I'm doing if I'm gone for too long. There's a conspiracy to commit treason against Guanyan, isn't there? She was trying her damnedest to find an excuse to retreat from the conversation until Hong Lu asked her this simple yet piercing question. She froze in place, her eyes widened, perhaps out of horror, perhaps out of panic. I don't know what it is. I just overheard mother and the other relatives talking. Well, if you stay here, you get caught in the crossfire. So many forces are... Her eyes restlessly darted left and right through the entire exchange, searching for any listening ears. Just what could have made her so afraid? I can tell you're terribly scared, big sister. But you've come to warn me anyway. I won't lie. Your departure from Dagwanyan is so painful. But the sheer thought that I could lose you forever is like being stabbed through the heart. Hodgie, I do appreciate that you thought to warn us ahead of time, but you didn't actually tell us anything about how, when, or what the danger is. Ishmael probed with a grim voice. You need to tell us what exactly this treason entails. Is someone planning to challenge the results of the family hierarchy evaluation? Is it a conspiracy to overturn or nullify the results? It's just my intrusion to this discussion, but I believe that this is as much as Miss Subashi can realistically divulge regarding this matter. Leaking such family intelligence is already an act of treason against her own house. Outsiders might find it difficult to understand, but given the gravity of what she has already shared, you must understand that she has already told you more than she safely could. Jia Huan, I don't see him here. The E.G.O guy's not here either. Fellas, I'm getting a really bad feeling about this. Given that you have specifically mentioned so many forces, one could come to suspect that you are referring to the presence of forces foreign or to Dagwan as well. Boss asked in a low voice. That's... Yes. This is now beyond what Dagwan Yuan alone can handle. When did he... Big brother, Gio? She looked at us, then at Gio and his faction, then took a few stumbling steps backward. I really have to leave now. I shouldn't be here anymore. Then I must excuse myself as well, alongside Miss Obawashi. Please, you have to stay safe. She advised you to leave Dagwan Yan with haste. He did not look away from Hong Lu, even as Baochai hurriedly walked away. I mean, Baochai never really talked to him, so he technically didn't have to. He's unshaken, interested in observing no one, nothing else but Hong Lu and his actions. I thought I had a lot of questions to ask Chiaki if we were to ever meet again. But now that he's actually right here, I couldn't recall a single word of it. Do you know something, brother? My lord. Chigon tried to butt in, clearly perturbed, but Chiaki raised his hand and stopped him. You must already be aware that this banquet is but a distraction from the fact that the currents have begun to shift. The advice is sound. It is also true that now is the only time you could escape this place, ere this storm arrives, should you wish to save your lives. I doubt you have come here just to confirm that for us. Correct. E.G.O lets out a deep sigh before explaining with a defeated expression. Once the family hierarch probably ascends to the throne, it becomes a hopeless endeavor to measure where the next great shift in power shall come. One must remember that the prospect of a long wait for the next evaluation, the end of which has not been and will not be in sight, oftentimes stains men's patience with lingering avarice and causes it to fester into possessiveness. Is it not the most predictable thing that these rotten, grasping hands are loath to lay down their arms and accept the results with grace? Would those hands not deem it much more favorable to seize and change the results by force? Yeah, we all know you read the thesaurus. So basically there's a truckload of dumbasses out there who are bent out of shape with how the family hero turned out. Right? And they want to change the outcome by force. But our one and only teacher already been chosen as the family hero, like it's final. What happened to the family hero being the seat of absolute power here? What kind of treason can they even hope to commit if they aren't even willing to flip this old and tired system upside down? The only things that have been determined are the rankings of the candidates. Strictly speaking, they are still waiting for her appointment to be completed. I'm not too fond of your word games, lady. So that's why I couldn't smell those beasts anymore. I see. I understand now. OT? I don't even see a trace of them, even in a place as crowded as this. The Heisha are gone. If the ones that have been following you like shadows. The measure of might in Hongyuan lies in a number of Heisha-packed branches one wields. The family hierarch maintains control over at least 3 of those branches. Yet who holds their leash when the throne of the hierarch is vacant? So like I said, she turns the gears of your mind are ponderous. No things to turn, aren't there? Have I not already given you the answer? That her appointment is still underway? But wait, then who's the family hierarch now? In the brief window between the former hierarch abdication and the new hierarch's ascension, Hongyan has no love. Is that correct? That's when I suddenly recalled what Jie Yuanchun said as she announced the results of the family hierarch war. The victor will first ascend to the Tiechen temple and pay their respect to the VIII elders. Then, upon returning to the surface, they will march to the first floor of Dark Wanyan and assume the seat of the family hierarch of Hongyuan. Then, what are these masterless Heisha? What are they doing now? Nothing. And that is precisely what the present predicament revolves around. Look around you. Do you see how the shadows have descended on every corner of this place? They are the beasts that have melted into the dark of their hushed response. So all Heisha branches are currently neutral. Wait, then does that mean Dark Wanyan becomes completely vulnerable every time this happens? No, this would not have come to pass Had a different individual been made to ascend. Jiachijun, the god, has no substantial foundation, a base to call her own. What clan she did have prior to the evaluation, scattered to nothingness like grains of sand in a gust. It is entirely reasonable to assume that, as long as the hierarch to be is yet to gain control of her Heishokai branches, they have a good chance of overthrowing her. My lord. Hey! And Shiro is still on the side. The Whisper officers arrived as well. I see. Things were way more dire than I'd thought. But what's the JQ doing here, chatting us up now, of all times? Pay attention. There are those who seek to enter here, and those who seek to stop them. Our corps, second pack. Oh! Finally get to see that. X-Corp, Expedition Order of Excavators. Okay, for X-Corp, it's quite the mid of trip. I am a bit disappointed. The helmet and the back of the helmet is nice, but it's pretty basic. It's just people in armor. The best thing I could think of that would make it more interesting, if like X-Corp was like based around like King Arthur and the whole story, like Arthur, Percival, Lancelot, and all that. It would make it interesting if it's were like that, since they do have the typical banner theme of the Middle Age. They have pickaxes. I don't know. Who knows? It's just a thought. Maybe it's just branding because they are X-Corp. And it makes it look like the weapon is an action. Expedition Order. Expedition 30. I mean X-Corp. Hi, Flurry Herd! Thank you for stopping by. Heck access. An AOT headcanon in which I just saw headcanon in which I believe now. Oh boy. It depends on. Is it something I can actually listen to? You talking about it? Spoilers. Geo. Okay, you got a point. You got 1 point. The farm's underboss, the accompanying capo, his soldatus, and the various subsidiaries. Then there are the Gialen guards, the Indigo guardians of the Gia. The what? What? The Indigo Guardians of the Gia family. What? They hang us there. Yeah. Marcel is in there. What? Why does he just look like the red version of Ricardo? And Gialan. Why is the Gia family so packed? They got everything. They got a lot of. They had a lot of Heishos. They have apparently Indigo Guardians that want to overthrow everything or something. But damn, it's packed. Then the boluses, the Traitorium. The Gia is packed. Giovanni wasn't his birthday. He's surprisingly a lot of apparatus so with Gia Tanshin from the Dream of Red Chamber. No, what is is it the book? Is this a book Hong Lu is based on? Yeah. Yeah, that actually might be true then. That might be true. Yes, yeah, that's a little. Everyone confirming it for me. Thank you guys. But no, SGO1 isn't the real one. That's K-Corp Special Exhibition. Nah, K-Corp and A. Even though they got more of a cool drip than X-Corp, they have with this more drip than X-Corp. The fact that none of the characters was gender swapped in Canto. Yeah, I mean they have the freedom of creativity, but K-Corp, it's a laughing number. That's why they have such a small field. What else? M-Corp's new leech of 9 literatures. What else do we got? Yeah, I cannot guess any of that. Is there? Oh. I would not have guessed Nelly. I'd be honest. If King, the one next to that is King. It's King, and then what if it's like a what if it's actually what if the one in the middle is actually Si Yang? There was probably Sonya. Video of Jingling became proud of Sonya. Who's Sonya? Maybe. It's been so long while since I last saw him. No wonder I forgot him. Jesus. But it might be him. Middle might be Ahab. I mean, yeah, Ahab should be in there. Deck with Herman, yeah. I actually thought more of that it wasn't Nelly, but Herman. I mean Carmen. And what are the last one? And numerous other fixers and clans. Okay, etc. They got the best trip. I'll be honest, they got the best trip. We got one that just straight up wears a suit with a fedora, one that is a furry, one that may as well be Barry or whatever, and then a general. My guess would be that the one with the white-yellow theme Wait, no, in a minute, let me... There, you see better? I would guess we could see her when it comes to Otis's Canto. I could see that. I think the farm is gonna be more prominent in Ryosho's, and then the end cop a comeback at the finale. Maybe the the Miyabi. Maybe Ryosho. There's someone agreeing to the right of the fix. Yeah. I'm completely cut off, so cannot say at all. Maybe because it's actually someone we do know. This is some Mario. It would be funny. Alright, yeah. I could see the one, the gray guy with the suit and fedora. He could be involved in Marcel's Canto. The main one is Ahab, yeah. It's the hair. It's the hair. The hair that is so prominent. Does he have purple eye? I did saw that he definitely had more unique eye, Sonia. Is it really purple? I can't really tell. Yeah, white hair, purple eyes. Why is there a Google Translate from a different country, translating it from a language I cannot understand, translating it to another language I cannot understand? What? It's the weirdest wiki. Welcome to Perso Sahan Company. I wanna say my appearance. Messy white hair and purple eyes, yeah. Oh dear. I know you can't speak this language, so let me translate it to another language you can understand, just to mess with you. So true. But yeah, that would be my guess to see when they could show up from the fixes. Maybe X-Corp sooner, R-Corp, maybe. I don't know. I do know there are R-Corp identities. Didn't they end it last season with Didn't they end it last season with a Honglu arc? Did it, right? Yeah, not so far. They prepared us for this. Does it mean we may be able to get a second Nelly and a second Ahab identity? That would be something. Like, imagine. And those are just the ones that I have been informed of. Most of them are waiting, biding their time outside the walls of Yuan, or are soon to arrive. But the Thumb's forces are already engaged in melee with my army. You and what army? Some factions of the Wang family have joined the defenders, but it is uncertain how much longer they can hold out. The original three R's are Rabbit, Reindeer, Rhino. And should the de facto leaders of each of the major families say the word, it's likely that R-Corp, K-Corp, and X-Corp may soon choose their own sides in this war. What? Is that reliable intel? Why would they? Many here believe that the title of the family hierarchy is simply a different name for the Lord of Hong Yuan. It is a belief that many forces beyond Hong Yuan's walls share. In other words, this isn't just about Dagwan Yuan. There are forces from the other nests and districts seeking to sponsor different prospective hierarchy to expand their sphere of influence here. Correct. The cigarette slipped from Gregor's fingers, Otis' face darkened with a grimness I did never seen in her before. 8, 9. I have thus counted over 9 different powerful factions among the ones thou hast mentioned. This is too much. As fortune would have it, only the farmer has deemed it appropriate to act. Beneath this rebel art, there is either Don or Sinclair in the background as the cameo, and the wiki just is unclear. Well, that's when you have 2 characters with blonde short hair, with the pretty much same height. From the distance, you can't tell who is who. But Lei Hang, the cup of the thumb, possesses the greatest threat. He's one of the 10 blades of the East, and his might is formidable to any foe. I shall meet him in battle as planned. He must be the one leading the charge against the gates. If what you say here is true, then this is no mad treason within a wing. Otis hissed in a low, menacing voice. Which family spearheads this treasury? How many wings are backing them? Nothing is certain at present. The tangle of allegiances and bloodlines is a knot that cannot be undone until the dust has settled. It will only take a single whistling arrow of chaos to engulf Hong Yuan. The forces that have gathered here have drawn their bows, and the moment one of them lets loose, it will only be a matter of time before it becomes a full-scale war. And when it does, the crack that has formed in the walls of Hong Yuan will widen. Vultures of the city will smell the rot and tear into the wound to pilfer the boluses and their recipes. The smiling faces, the corpse, the yakshas. I must also emphasize that the ring will never let such an opportunity slip. This conflict will utterly lay waste to the lives of the common folk in Hongya. The fight has already conflagrated beyond a competition amongst candidates. That is why this fissure must be mended ere to spread. Should the throne of the hierarch remain vacant, should this instability be prolonged, then the wings will march to war. No way. No, I don't believe this. The consequences will be about as far-reaching at the very least. Such is the weight of Hong Yuan's family hierarchy. It holds as much power to save countless lives as it does to take them. Banquet Hall was quietly starting to become barren as people began to hurry away. I don't have any direct memories of a wing war, but even I could feel the prickly goosebumps rising from my skin. The air in the hall was quickly turning razor sharp. Then, brother, what is that you expect us to do? I am of the belief that all of you are collectively the key to overcoming this tribulation. The key. Every heir ascension to the throne. The E.G.O should still be at the Canto temple, where the Xiaren reside, preparing for the ritual of ascension. Given that the Xiaren must be utterly oblivious to the circumstances outside their chamber, there is no way of knowing the time it might take for them to officially name her the next hero. And they will not be swift, as entry to their chamber is permitted only to the family hierarch. There is no one to relay this message to. But there's another. There's another who is permitted to enter the temple. Cheer by you. And the hierarch takes the throne and seizes the leash of her frightful Hishoplex. She should have more than enough might to ward Dagua Yuan against the invaders. And when the invading forces realize that the family hierarch has returned, they will retreat. The spark of war should shrink enough to be snuffed out with a stone. I have a feeling that Ren is going to be the boss. My lord, I must beg your forgiveness, for there is still doubt in my heart. How can he be the key? My lord, and now you not be the one to engage in such gambles. It is better to gamble than to allow this opportunity to slip away in vain. Yet I must beg your forgiveness once again, for I insist that your mere presence here is a waste of time. Here we go. It is better to gamble. You mustn't tarry downstream. You must race to the fountainhead and cut off the stream from its origin. E.G.O looked at us and E.G.O anxiously. You needn't consider this a waste. I knew E.G.O was a gacha gamer, for it is a worthy task in my eyes. Had you followed the blueprint to the painting I had initially drawn from the family hero, we would have already arrived at Tirken Temple via alternative methods. Alternative methods? E.G.O, it would not have resolved anything. It would have only caused further loss, no more. And I wish to make one thing clear. This is about an offer, a plea, not a command. For one mustn't do what does not move their heart. However, Chiabayu, you may not have realized this, but I've already gambled once with you as my hand during the family hero war. I sought to draw your true humanity forth, to have you wear it on the outside. And the reply you gave me then, the one that emerged from behind the obscuring veil of clouds, was proof enough that it was certainly no waste of my time. Why do you seek to involve yourself in the politics of Hong Yuan, brother? Neither Hong Yuan nor Dagua Yuan find you any longer, not by cause or force. It was a long undertaking for me to uncover the truth through rumor that came to the Kong family. At first my heart was engulfed in the fiery wrath.
대관원은 전부 뒤집어야 마땅하다 여겼고
Argonian had thee uprooted from the ground. For that, every single person of power or influence in Dargonian had to be killed, their throats slit in vengeance.
그렇게 다짐하던 때가
Or so I thought once,
하지만 나는
but I learned from a worthy teacher.
만나 그제서야
That is when my relentless wrath was burning in my body to ash.
그 화는
Then did your fiery wrath
꺼지셨나요?
extinguish?
만일 내가 진실을
That truly attained enlightenment, what all there was to understand of the nature of this world, Jiabayu,
가주가 될 모든 패를
then I would not have given you the power to elect the hero.
나는 아직도
I am still but a student,
찾기 위해
seeker of the answer.
단지
Yet, I do not wish to let chaos devour this land,
의 혼란을
but I have the means to save it.
이번에도 묻겠다.
Thus, once again, I ask you,
네가 가시춘에게
when you decided to relinquish the coins to Chiachichi,
어떠한 마음이
what was it that moved your heart?
단순히
Certainly, your heart had changed enough then not to simply, and then moreover for a simple reason that she desired her.
형님도 아시겠지만
You must know this already, brother, but
저를 제외한
the children of Dargadia
생일이라
have no such thing as birthdays, save for myself.
아이가 태어나면
When a child is
그
born,
탄생을 축하해
they
주는
aren't celebrated. They are hidden,
년간은 숨기기에
concealed for years in the dark, so that the competition wouldn't take notice of a new rival.
시춘 역시
Chichun was one of those children who had never experienced a birthday before.
그것이 무엇인지
She didn't even know what it meant.
그래서 어렸을 때는
So when we were young,
할머니께서
whenever
제
grandmother
탄생을 축하해 주는 잔치를 베풀어
would hold a
주셨고
banquet to celebrate the day of my birth,
그날을
I decided
시춘이에게
they-
내줬어요.
that day to teach,
1년에 한 번
because it's nice to have your existence celebrated once every year,
즐거운
for
일이니까요.
no other reason than the fact that you exist.
하지만 언젠가부터
But when I stopped leaving my
제가
room
방 밖으로
and
걸음을
Chichin and I grew distant, the secret birthday parties we shared
멀어지고
also came to an end.
너무 어릴 적 일이라
She probably doesn't remember any of it now. She was too young then.
적어도 그 밀렸던 세월
But if I could give this to her, to make up for all those lost years, then I thought maybe she would be happy again, just as she was
그런
then.
생각을 했네요.
And then I'm looking at these piles of coins. It feels like I'm looking at the rooms of Bangor and Yan. I used to hate it so much as a kid. Can it really be a good hero to Hong Yan? Did Chichun like the gift as Hong Lu wanted her to? We had no way of knowing.
답이 되었나요?
Does that answer satisfy you, brother?
본래 답은 중요치
It
않아.
was not your answer that I had sought.
그렇게
It was to see the way your heart stood, and it was proof enough.
나는 철암사에
I had never met these Xianran,
본 적은 없으나
the self-proclaimed enlightened ones, before, as I was not permitted entry into Tierkan Temple. But I know of their existence,
혼원
for what I have come to learn in my observation of Hongyuan,
가주 승
and then the city itself
과정을 거치는
gives me certain ideas
어렴풋이 유추할 수
for
있어.
what form the Hierarch Ascension ritual might
너
take.
또한 관망하지 않았다면
Had you not surrendered yourself,
보고 들은 것을
you
짐작할 수
could have
있었어.
deduced what the ritual entails.
시춘에게
What are you saying?
벌어질 수도
Are you saying that something bad may happen to Chishan?
이는 섣부른 예상일 수 있다.
Maybe a hasty
관점에 따라 누군가에게는
big-
아무 문제 없는
Yeah, okay.
깨끗한 가주의 승계로 여겨질 수도 있으니
I had to get the yawn out. Really didn't want it for me to say speculation. First misreading and then I yawned right at what I was about to say. Thanks for the hydrate. I was gonna hydrate either way, but still, thanks for the reading. Thanks again. This may be a hasty speculation. From a certain perspective, this may simply constitute a rightful ascension of the new era. But I want you to be there, to behold with your own eyes what it entails. My wager in this gamble was that you indeed had the potential to achieve that purpose, and that the faint warmth in your heart had once sealed, still gently burned. Gently.
제가
You
형님의 뜻을
want
이룰
me
수
to achieve your purpose, brother? No, your own purpose would not be the same as my own. Such a pursuit would be devoid of meaning. The decision is yours, so decide. It's a late letter. Right up. Justice of others. God wouldn't die in this Canto. Gently as continuously feeling. But he would die gently either way. E.G.O and his fathers left the banquet hall to assess the situation, leaving only me and the sinners there. Our only remaining task is to receive the golden bowl that we are owed. That much is a given. Retrieve it and our mission here is done. We only need to wait for the LCA for extraction. None of you now, let alone understand, what a war of the wings is like. To rush out into these unknown waters is nothing short of impudence. We must not entertain this idea. Alas, if our meager strength may be sufficient to prevent this war and save the lives of many innocents, then I wish to do as that man have said. Oh, this is our best interest, if we do not get involved. Don Quixote, I will speak to you plainly, as I trust that you have gained some sense as this world works. War is not just another incident or a quest to be resolved. The sense of justice may shine like a beacon in times of unrest, but war, aggression grinded into the dirt indiscriminately, as it does any life caught under its boot heels. Idiotis, I've also lived through my share of wars. Even still, E.G.O's path is that of justice. Thus, he shall have my support. There's so. The fight for the pursuit of justice deserve not die, scorn, nor ridicule. There's no short-sighted tantrum. This but mine adherence to, and pursuit of a certain responsibility to those who can. I've also had my share of war, so hopefully you'll let me put my two aunts in. Battles and wars are the same thing either. You can see the crashing waves of intense emotions in battles when looking at it as a great flow of water. War on water. Imagine we get a Durante to remove a Russian hunt and summon a sunship. She attacks indiscriminately. Oh boy! There was one Durant I was thinking. Oh yeah, maybe we could get a Durant that would reset your the last turn. It was. But I got that idea once. But all that build-up heat is what becomes the flow. Not the other way around. That never is.
저자의 뜻을
E.G.O wished to convey to us
터지기
that the leaves are beginning to crack.
막자는 것일
The fractures must be filled with a thought they rupture.
그대들 둘의 뜻은
Where the words you speak may construct one another.
전쟁을 막고자 하는
The intent that pushed the both of you speak is shared. That the war mustn't conflagrate beyond what has already occurred. Rupture? Yeah. It is.
그래.
Yeah, exactly. This was summing it up, you think?
이상 진행된 전쟁.
But this assessment would have been correct had the discussion concerning our participation been about a war that has already progressed beyond a certain degree.
하지만 초기에 진압.
However, accepting E.G.O's suggestion and preventing the war from expanding beyond localized skirmishes could bring greater benefits than avoiding it altogether. Yeah, this could also give the opportunity to destroy and uproot all the iniquities of our God. Well, I don't know if that's what Honglu wants though.
하지만
But even if E.G.O and his people are strong, there's just too many of them. Do we really have a chance against all of them?
그들을
엄밀히 말하면
If I'm being honest, we simply can't know.
자본이 분석할 시간도 없는
We don't have the time to meticulously analyze every facet of the situation.
제안 드릴 것이 있네.
Manager of ours, if I may, listen carefully began as the sinner's opinions began to clash and fracture.
이렇듯 수감자들의 의견.
As you must have observed, the sinners failed to find a common ground.
그러나
However, though narrow my vision may be, it appears to me that there is not a single sinner
밀어붙이지는 않고 있다.
whose insight is born solely from their emotions.
어느 쪽의 말도 일리가
There is sound reason behind every suggestion
그림을 따질
that has heretofore
수사를 결정하기 어려워.
been presented. Thus, it is difficult to gauge the validity of each of them. This must be not an easy decision for you. Thus, using pause, taking his time to carefully select his last words. And after a sudden nod, you could
단테 이것은
Dante.
홍루군이
Perhaps
결정한
that
것을
this judgment belongs to him.
어쩌면
Perhaps I speak at the risk of not knowing my own station.
수만
However,
이번 기회를 놓친다.
should we allow this opportunity to slip away, Hong may never leave that smile of his behind.
라는 생각이 든 그대도 알지 않나.
You must see it as well.
홍루군의 웃음은
That Honglu's smile is but a different shape of sorrow for those who have no tears left to shed. What he thinks was trying to tell me was clear as day. So what I must do, must consider, as the manager, is not a discussion of wars and battles, but not pragmatism or the measurement of the pros and cons. A manager has the support of their team. Faust.
이번에도 또다시
Once again, I have nothing to offer but objective information that suggests strictly from the corporate perspective.
단테
Dante, given your proposition as the manager of the LCB, it is recommended that you continue to follow the plan outlined by the LCB, retrieve the golden bow and quickly arrange a safe extraction for you and your team without unnecessarily involving your team in a high-risk operation. Oh, god damn it. Why is Greg and Foss always never in the same team? That's...
하지만
However... However... Foss continues. Slowly...
만약 당신이
But if you
모든 것을 감내할 만큼
believe that you possess enough persistence all that it entails, and if you believe that your role is to lead them and us to the right path, then
행하시는 대로
I will follow your lead.
따라갈 겁니다.
Thank you. Now the answer must come from Hondu's own mouth. Looks like things really got out of control.
생각보다 복잡하게 되어버렸네요. 죄송해요.
Sorry, Dante. Hey, earlier I think your dialogue with E.G.O. The conclusion you arrived at didn't come out of nowhere, did it? It must have been something that brought you there. In that long conversation, Honglu was finally able to give an answer of his own. And the biggest reason he could was,
처음엔
at first,
치우 형님의 물음에
I didn't think that I'd be able to give a real answer to Brother Q's question.
하지만
But
어느
suddenly,
순간부터
like a
아이디어가
thick
조금씩
fog
바뀌는
clearing,
것처럼 오래전에 잊고 있었던 무언가가 선명해지는
something emerged from the haze of forgotten memories
저는
past.
떠오른 말을 내놓았고
What I gave as an answer was that something, and I realized that it was only after it had left my mouth.
그건
That word
앞으로 오랫동안
must have been buried deep within me for a long time. Kindness. Because I wanted to believe that kindness was enough, that it could truly bring change to Hong Yuan. Change Hong Yuan. Make Hong Yuan great again. No, not really. You know what, let me just, wash my face quickly. Okay, I'm back. I pretty much did everything in my power to be more awake. Because I wanted to believe that kindness was enough. And that it could truly bring change to Hong Yan. This is not about us, it's about you and Hong Yan's future. So I think I'd leave the decision up to you. Hong Lu was never the type to clearly state his beliefs. He usually did as I asked, without question, without even the smallest complaint. He did not speak he didn't speak of pain when he suffered, nor did he cry to us from agony. His eyes remained unshaken, even as he witnessed the countless deaths and injustices committed before him. The eye that lets everything float away. The accepting eye of someone who has resigned himself to the reality that everything that exists has an end. Reconnecting to chat. I think the internet connection is switching. Welcome to the chat room. Okay, it should be good now. If not, I still have the other thing that has the redeems. Yeah, I know, but the chat connection did not, so probably switch to nighttime. Who is resigning himself to the reality that everything that exists has an end. I wait patiently for him to speak.
단테님, 저는요.
Dante. I'm out of me. yeah, I'm kind of sorry. A bit of a wrong time. Hongdu, who only ever quietly accepted whatever life threw at him.
철암사로
I want to go to E.G.O Temple.
시춘이와 어르신,
The Chichen and the elders.
선인들이 있는 방.
Where the Chiaran are.
시춘이가
I think Chichen
위험해질 수도
might be
있다고
in danger.
생각해요.
Danger, as in her life might be at risk.
목숨이 위험하진
No,
않겠지만
I think her life might be the only thing that's not in danger.
치유 형님이 말씀하신
Thinking
걸
back
듣고
to what Brother E.G.O told me,
전과 같은 시춘이의
I am
모습을
afraid
이제
that I might
볼 수
lose the
없을
Chichen I know forever. For the first time, he speaks with the path he wishes to walk. Honglu's jade eye gazes beyond the walls of Daguan.
치유 형님의 말씀대로
Like Brother E.G.O's
철암사의 문을 자유자재로 열 수 있는
this moment,
이제는
I'm the only one who can freely open the gates of the Chiakan Temple.
시춘이가 가주가 되는 걸
I want to be there to watch Chichon become the hero, so that
혹시라도
if something
위험한
dangerous were to happen, I
막을
could
수
put a
있도록
stop to it.
말이에요.
Okay, sounds like a plan. I had a feeling that this would be your decision, executive manager. Our judgments are shaped by our upbringings and environments. So for you, executive manager, was only the time spent with the rest of us to reflect on. It is understandable how you could come to this conclusion. I keep disappointing you, don't I? You haven't, not yet. What is reply sternly? Well, it ain't much our style to just sort off after picking up or going well, innit? Yeah, you're right. Richmond agrees with Heathcliff for the first time since forever. I feel like I've heard this line before. Hmm. Hmm. Well, I don't know, might have come across as kinda harsh or snappy earlier, but hey, there weren't any hard feelings, soldiers. I would have kicked you in the shin had I considered your entire speech to be senseless dribble. And I would have done almost everything I could do to get you fired. Hmm. Yeah. Otis and Gregor, whose stances were always diametrically opposed, have stopped shooting bitter remarks at each other. We are all growing more familiar with each other. Perfect, then let's do this. And in that strange air, we found our purpose.
최고의 검인 자로를 그쪽으로.
I sent out my best blade, Shido, in the same direction.
다른 길은 다를 것.
She will not accompany you, but she will rendezvous at your destination nonetheless. Didn't you say earlier that the Haitians are all become merciless or something?
설명이 길어지니.
It is a long story. Let me just say that Shido is an exception. Hold on, what about you?
언더보스와 그 필드.
At the moment, stopping the underboss and his primary officer, Leihei,
그들이 있는
is the most pressing concern. E.G.O and I will take to the main battlefield at the gates of Dagon and start them. The plan was now in motion. There was nothing more to discuss. We both walked away to our destinations in opposite directions. Or not? I've seen that smile many times in the past. That is the smile of a hollow shell. Do you truly believe that a man such as him is capable of moving in genuine dedication to the cause?
사람마다
Each heart has a different cause that moves them.
그 수면만
How can one speak
어찌 그
of the fathoms of a lake when all they have seen is the water's surface? Actions of a thief. Deal with intentions.
잠깐. 보는 눈은 있네요. 여기서 저만큼 유능한 인재는 흔치 않죠.
So first this, our main four.
보는 눈은 있네요. 잠깐.
주분께서
Hmm.
부리셨으니
잠깐.
Well,
이번 임무는 내가 나갈게. 괜찮지? 이제야 부르.
주분께서
어디서 사우주 화점에 두지.
I wonder why my current average is 51. I wonder why.
마음을 틈타.
Technically, it's even lower
철원사로
because of
가려면
Otis.
이곳을 거쳐서 가는 게 제일 빠른 길이에요.
Yeah. I feel like it's going to be like that. It's gonna be more Haitians that we are fighting. I still want to know more about the Haitians, so I'll probably will read the dialogues and stuff. So neutral now, though. Yeah, but what if it's a own goal and then something plan with the Hirak, and then Xianren is the actual final boss with the MIDI song and so. You have to go through here if you want to take the fastest path to Tirken Temple. Looks like it leads underground.
아유,
Oh man.
맞아?
You sure this is the fastest path? The heck are they doing over there?
빠른 길이니 당연히
Seems to me that's exactly why they're here, blocking our way. Well, I never thought it was going to be easy. Looks like I was
그대로 몸을 돌려
stop right there.
길로 돌아가길 제안하지.
Turn around and leave now.
반대하기 그지없는
You won't get more generous offer than that.
말고 따르도
You do well to do as I say. Family hero is over. They announced the results for all to hear. So, on whose orders are you attacking us?
순진하고
Naive girl.
이 대관원에는
Do you not know the powerful forces are already gathering here at Dagon Yuan? And up that little pipsqueak even got to meet the CRN.
군인들을 백
She is probably bleeding out somewhere along the path by now.
4등한 것끼리
Looks like a bunch of third-raters decided to work together, huh?
고작 이런 취약한
You really believe that you could retake the Hirak by your puny forces? You're the ones who are committing this attention of a treason because you just can't accept that she lost. Besides, what do you mean retake the Hirak? It's not like you ever look her from us.
하물며 주인되는 자의 이름도 내놓지 못한
You can't even proudly speak the name of your master.
정당한 명분이었다면
It would have been the first thing you would announce if you believed that your cause could be just. The very action are those of a thief. And why would we need to announce our cause for a ragtag band like yours? Destroy them all! Because we are the Limbus Company.
이상이요.
Lip.
이게 이상하나. 그러면
음.
이상이요. 내가 봤어. 내가
Down.
아시의 이상을 함께 줬던 호위 이상이요.
헤어내리.
Might as well start by switching someone out if it's actually gonna work.
불쌍하게 울고지는
Yeah, it did not.
저 해충들 도려내라.
Bye-bye already, yeah.
아, 여기서 이런 공격이 잘 먹히는구나.
I actually did it.
이 목숨은 아직 따로 쓸 곳이 있다.
적을 물어뜯고 너의 쓸모를
20 SP out of 15. Definitely not good clashes. An instant Filski.
누구 하나 살려보내지 마라.
Who is the next one who's gonna leave? Horse? Horse. Okay. Horse is the next one who's gonna leave.
숨통 끊기.
다들 첫 여정을 시작했을 때보다 정말 강해지셨네요. 네 목숨은 아직 따로 쓸 곳이 있다.
적을 물어
Chicken!
너의 쓸모를 보여라.
감회가 새로워요.
Oh, already good buff. Nice. 40 SP. This is kind of huge, actually. Just keep on switching and switching. So the SP just gets just such an insane amount.
날개를 펼치고
Yeah. Yes, let's go. Boys. And then fade.
보인다. 저 해충들을 도려내라. 묘야. 길을 열어. 넌 구름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나.
It was time.
답은 어디로?
Not bad.
목을 떨고 있는 넌 구름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나.
Oh, I see. They're casting counter spell, huh? Who's the next one? Who's the second one in the lineup now? Technically, it should be Otis. Connecting to chat again. Okay. Okay. Gonna put this now over chat. I don't care about it anymore. If you just can't just stay connected, might as well just put it up on top of it.
모조리 지워버리죠.
토끼를 보낸다. 저 해충들을 도려내라. 묘야. 길을 열어.
Yeah. The technical next one should be Ryoshu.
헤어내리.
넌 구름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나. 고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나. 넌 구름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나. 또 한 줄
Support, by the way.
핏물진 길일 뿐이지만 세월이 지나면 홍호는 그제야 알게 되겠지. 이 홍로가 뭘 바꾸었는지를.
That was a hiccup. Right at again. The will to change. Yeah, she looks bad. That's only fair.
자공인이라.
It's only fair.
착수.
Yeah.
저희에게도 이런 힘을 베풀어 주시다니 마음씨가 넓은 분이실까요? 아, 실수로 주셨더라도 상관없어요. 한 번 베푼 이상 납작 불입이랍니다.
남겨줬던 호의 이상이요.
잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네.
차분하게. 예상한 것보다 움직임이 더 좋군.
정도 탕류의 허덕이나 모든 것에 견뎠어.
잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네.
이 앞에 숨쉬는 자, 누구나 살려하지 마라. 도끼를 펴라.
아,
저 해충
여기선 이런 공격이 잘 먹히는군요.
He's flying.
묘야.
Uh,
넌 품이 튀울 수도 있겠구나. 하늘 넘고 물 넘고 꺾고 제쳐라. 고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나
헤어내리. 이 거리는 충분해. 너한텐 조금 멀겠지만.
they really want to win, and
고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나
다들 첫 여정을 시작했을 때보다 정말 강해지셨네요. 매일 보아왔는데도 지금 감회가 새로워요. 이 풍진 세상에서 힘껏 살아가느라 수고 많으셨어요. 이제 모든 짐 놓으셨으니 그 끝에 고요한 휴식이 있기를.
목을 떨궈주마. 고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나
놀랐어?
넌 품을 튀울 수도 없겠구나. 모든 것에 견뎠어.
time for dialogue.
네 놈이 모시는 자가 누구든 간에
Whoever your poor master is,
부리는 것들의 수준을 보아
I can tell by the way their minions behave that they have no hope of ever taking that throne.
떳떳한 명분도 없이
You'd be surprised by how much the lack of a just cause harms morale, fool. You're the one to talk. Which cause do you have? So high and mighty is your... Or shut it and listen at least. We actually want to change something about the split. Let's say we are more just cause that you bastards, who's only fired up by hearing that awful bad is. How can I expect my reader stayed this time?
오티스 씨나 히스클리프 씨는
Both of you
말을
always
언제나
speaks
간단히
with
하시네요.
such conviction, Otis Heathcliff.
단순히 병선
Gathering an army is the easy part.
하지만
The leader's true qualities are revealed only when the time comes to actually lead their way, lead the men.
그렇군요.
You see?
전쟁을 많이 겪어본 오티스
So it's your long experience with
이런
war
확신을 얻게
that
하시는
shaped your confident soldiers?
저는 전쟁
Because my life couldn't be any further from any battlefield or war.
이미 저도 모르는
Or maybe I was always surrounded by wars, both large and small in the backstreets, and I was just sheltered from them.
지켜만 본 저는 할 수 있는 말이 없네요.
I feel nothing but I watch from a distance, so I don't suppose I have any right to speak.
이런 자리에서
I
어떤
wouldn't
말을 해야 할지도 모르겠고요.
I wouldn't even know where to begin. This seemed like the perfect moment for Otis to brag about her experience, but she fell silent at that remark.
그게 뭐 그렇게 어렵다고? 그냥 역같이.
There ain't anything too complicated about it, mate. If it's shied, it's shied. Don't think twice about it.
처럼
Like the lad or like the lad does. Like me? Well, why things will continue to as Heathcliff if he really was talking about it?
이 복도를 걸어가는 대부분의 날은 저 혼자
Then it was actually done. I haven't ever walked down this hallway accompanied by so many other people. I usually walk alone.
함께 가는 건
왜?
에?
대동하지 않았어?
Didn't you take your sons with
어렸을
you?
때는 혼자 가는 게
Sometimes I
무서워서
did. Because I was scared to go there alone, but
하면서 점점 알게 되던 게 있었어.
I learned something as I grew older.
이곳은 오로지 혼자서
It's
걷는
that my heart is most at ease when walking down this road alone. Yet you're not alone with this walk. Why? Imagine Hongru is slowly walking down this alleyway alone with a dark expression. It was an unpleasant sight.
사는 말이죠.
Dear
저만이
Contemporary,
자유롭게 출입할 수 있어요.
I was the only one who was allowed to freely enter and exit. But from here, I can technically be let inside, but
할머니조차도
even grandmother couldn't end up without this summon.
그런 거였어.
Wait, GQ was it being metaphorical?
그런데 왜
So why are they called the Shiran?
선인가 뭔가 하는
Are
거라.
they actually some supernatural enlightened looks or something?
네.
Yes.
인고의 시간을
Then at the time of suffering, I opened their eyes
법을 체득하여
to the secret of
시민의
the
번연에
of freedom,
오르셨거든요.
raging in death, and eventually attained enlightenment, turning themselves with the torture title to the Shiran.
그게 정말 가능해? 진정한 블록
Is it even possible? What happened to them, sis? They search for the answer of true immortality.
아, 입을 또 왜 다물어?
Man, you're bottling up again. It makes me nervous.
뭐가 틀어박혀?
What the hell you walking into? Bonk.
그래도
At least this place is much more tranquil than the world outside. It's quiet, and it smells nice too.
나는 것 같고요. 이 밖은
I could almost forget that there's a war about to break out beyond the premises.
그나마 다행이죠.
We're lucky.
천암설을 가는 길을
Not many
제대로
people
알고
know the actual path to
대관원
reach
안에서도
dear Contemporary.
적어도
But at
대관원에
least
침입하는
there's less
내부
chance for us
세력들이
running
있죠.
into any outside forces there.
그런 복선 깔지 말라니까.
Can we not with the Okay, we're not with the foreshadowing. That feel like there was like missing one word or something.
의의를 바로
It was
세우는
probably my
게
lack of actual English
다시
knowledge.
살아갈 수 있겠군요.
A ridiculous idea. Yeah. A really good idea. That feels good. On to battle.
내가 제일이지.
Unfortunately, it was indeed a foreshadowing. Ah. Okay, maybe I should look him up. It's done. Didn't take very long before another faction appeared before us.
멈춰. 너희들은 누굴 따르고 있나?
At least he looks like him already. So, who's your master?
왜 이런 것을
What are you doing here?
가야 할 곳이 있으니까요.
Because we have a place to be.
여러분들은 왜
What are you doing here?
돌아다니시는
너희
You're working for G.O, aren't you?
선인들이 계신
Trying to visit the river Xianran?
자리를 빠르게
You're trying to speed up the hero Kisses ritual, aren't you?
내가 사는 척 떠보려면 모를
Nice try. Still had questions, and we'll just tell you all about our plans about the Greenhorn.
장소를 찾지 못해.
I know you are all lost.
빙빙 돌고만 있을
You've been going in circles for hours by now.
무슨 빌어먹게도
Yeah, this place is irritatingly large.
길만 얌전히
Just point us to the right direction and go back to where you came from, and I won't give chase.
자격도 없는 것이
Give up on your ridiculous idea of ushering in the hopelessly inadequate girl as the family hero.
그 협박은
You already had that one before.
좀 질리네요.
I might want to get some new material. Oh. Shots fired.
이상.
Counter.
행색이 이상하나. 그럼에도 이상이여. 내가 맞서. 내가 아시의 이상을 함께 줬던 호위 이상이여. 모든 것을 견뎠어.
Okay.
시비수에게 명한다. 이 안에
치명상이나 전투가 끝날 때 시계를 돌려주시지 않으면 치료가 어렵겠어요.
Bring us some for E.G.O.
그렇네요. 분노라는 건 이런 감정이었죠.
Another 11.
그래서 타올라 불길처럼 단정하는. 아직 드러내는 건 서툴지만 놓아버려선 안 되겠죠?
불가 위야
언젠가 맞서야 할 때
막아내지 못해.
물러서지 않습니다.
틈새요 바람
여기선 이런 공격이 잘 먹히는구나. 물론껏 꺾고 제쳐라.
이 거리면 충분해. 너한텐 좀 멀겠지만.
시간 끌 것 없이
Oh, actually lost that. Nice.
이 몸을 온당히 벌하심에 기꺼이 죄를 받아들이나이다.
One.
바람 불어오는데 거작 이 정도.
Asia, Kinka.
도려내라. 물러나. 네 목숨은 따로 쓸 것이 적을 물어뜯고 네 쓸모를 보여라.
So yeah, you retreat.
한화 휴재.
Straight to woo.
조심하시오. 전장에 전념하시오.
네.
일기당천.
숨통 끊기. 그림자 속으로 가라앉게.
다들 첫 여정을 시작했을 때보다 정말
놀라
강해지셨다. 매일
예상한
더
것보다 움직임이 좋구나.
지금 숨통 끊기 새로워요. 말로 받았다. 저 도려내라. 오야, 넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나. 마음 놓고 열어젖히고.
아직 죽지 마라.
상념으로 맑은 하늘 가리고 이 한 몸 바쳐 땅으로 모든 피 쏟아내리리. 이깟 더러운 피에 무릎
1 HP.
봤어요, 단장님? 돌아오면 칭찬을 잔뜩 해주셔야겠네요. 너의 쓸모를 보여라.
I think this guy's done for.
일기당천.
And bunk.
넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나. 또 한 줄
Most village employee.
남겼군. 핏물진 길일 뿐이지만
Second
세월이 지나면
battlefield.
홍호는 그제야 알게 되겠지.
This one as our last one.
무얼 바꾸었는지를.
So this is our last stage. I do want to.
주군께서 모이를 뿌리셨으니
이제야
잠깐.
어디서?
사후 처리로 화점에 두지. 만곡된 직선을 직선으로 질주하겠소.
Yep, there's a fort.
이상이요.
저희를 헤아릴 수 없.
Ding,
그
ding, ding.
용도를 고민하는 것이
그분의
상책이지.
이상이요. 내가 맞소. 내가 아시의 이상을 함께 줬던 호위 이상이요. 일기당천
Oh, come on.
도끼를 보라. 저 해충들을 도려내라. 묘여. 길을 열어. 넌 품을 틔울 수도 없겠구나.
다들 첫 여정을 시작했을 때보다 정말 강해지셨네요. 매일 보아하는
모든 것에 견뎠어.
지금은 감회가 새로워요.
Instant slow combo. Chicken. Sure. It's gonna so what's the
날개를 펼치고 시비수에게 발톱을 걸어. 이 앞에 숨쉬는 자.
그림자 속으로 가라는 게
아, 여기서 이런 공격이 잘 먹히는군요.
무엄하고
불쌍하게
무상한
울고는
목숨. 불끈을 지원해.
놓고 열어젖히고
저기요, 움직임이 멈췄는데 괜찮으신가요? 단테님, 아무래도 의식을 잃으신 것 같아요.
Don't I think they are passed out? You are the one that is passed out.
날개를 펼치고 발톱을 걸어.
숨통 끊기
차포잡이라.
혈염도
내 생각보다 움직임이 더 좋군.
이 풍진 세상에서 힘껏 살아가느라 수고 많으셨어요. 이제 모든 짐 놓으셨으니 그 끝에 고요한 휴식이 있기를.
이제 깨치시길.
말로 바란다. 저 해충들을 도려내라. 물 넘고 꺾고 제철. 오야. 넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나.
이 몸을 온당히 벌하시네. 기꺼이 죄를 받아들이나이다.
물 넘고
큰 흐름을 뒤집은 건 아니나 좋은 움직임이로구나.
남자에게 씌워버리겠네. 이제 깨우치시게.
마음 놓고 열어줬지. 고작 이 정도 탕로의 허덕이나. 넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나. 넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나.
Victory! For the last piece of story for the day. So tell me, who's your master? You two have been in a war, haven't you? No need to deny that, I suppose. You can still tell, huh?
전장을 기억하는 덕에
I learned many things in my war.
이를테면
A few hundred ways to convince a grunt to talk, for example. Too bad. Because unlike you, I have but one way to keep my mouth shut. The man who appeared to be leading the soldiers stepped aside just for one hesitation.
스스럼없이 자결할 정도.
So he killed himself without even a moment's hesitation to protect his master's name.
대단한 무게를 가진
His
인물이.
master must be a formidable individual.
혹은
Or it could also be that he was under the influence of a suicide one. And I'm now warm. It activates on an information trigger to manipulate the host psyche to check their own life. Noticing that there was a previously unseen serious look on Hongu's eyes, he flushed onward.
오늘 부끄럽지 않았습니다. 의를 바로 세우는 데 일조하였으니
Ooh,
내일은 더 떳떳이
actually, yes, and so good. So yeah, next time is gonna be those who do not decide. Gonna keep an eye. We're too close. Only a few more stages left. Which will be all tomorrow. Yeah, I need to catch some sleep. I'm not gonna wait since this never leads to something good. Oh yeah. You need to catch some ZZZs. Yeah. Also, I want to point out, since I did that for E.G.O this year. Cutting a code. I know. You don't need to appear.
밤의 달빛과
Yeah. Next I'm gonna be earlier than usual. For the usual being this week. And yeah, I'm gonna be a bit more earlier. I don't know exactly when I feel like it's a good time. And then we're gonna do all the rest. And then maybe the intervallo, but the intervallo is Saturday focus. And then Sunday, and both Saturday and Sunday are also gonna be on a more longer note. Because I need to finish the story. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna raid. I gotta prepare the lurk. Bogarts is good as in alive. Check out Coda, got added in there. If you still want to stream to have in almost an hour. You can check them out, but I will call it a night for me today. It's quite an eventful day. And until next time, bye for the company. Goodbye.